I'm going to be talking about something really controversial. When I mean really controversial, I mean a lot of people are going to say, I don't agree with you. A lot of people are going to say, yes, right on, I agree with you. But yes, I'm going to talk about it anyways because we are here to talk about the difficult conversations that have to do with women. So there's no point hiding behind the word difficult. Let's talk about it. I don't know it all. So if you think I might be wrong, please say your mind in the comment section. So I'm talking to wives today, married women. I was reading at some point, I think in year 2019 or 17, around that, about the statistics of men that die young. And I realized that we had a very high, I can't really place my hands on it right now, but we have a very high percentage of men dying below 40, below 50 than women. That's why you see so many women who have late husbands. But we have fewer men. We have fewer men who will tell you that my wife is late. And it's been on my mind since around that time. I've been doing a bit of research, not seriously, but I would pick up any article that talks about men and them dying young. And I realized at some point that we might be, we women, we wives, might be part of the reason why these men die young. I know. Hold on. Hold on. Let me land. Yes, we're talking about finances. I want to beg you in the name of God. Please explain to me. I know I've had this conversation with most of my friends. Explain to me how you will place the financial burden of an entire family on a man. As a woman, you will now leave that stage and begin to place the financial responsibility of your parents on your husband, of your siblings on your husband. I mean, let me just get straight to the point. I do not understand I do not understand when and how we got to this point. I mean, I understand that there are some scriptural, or for Christians, biblical, even for Muslims. I've heard Muslims say it's the responsibility of the man to take care of the home. But why do we conflict ourselves when we now get to a place where we start shouting, "I need I need what's this word? This feminism, feminism that we all talk about. The feminism we all talk about, where you say we are partners, but when it comes to finances, you don't agree that we are partners when we come to finances. But when it comes to other things like making decisions and fighting, you begin to throw the words around that I'm not your slave, I'm your equal, I'm your partner. Marriage is partnership. But when it comes to finances, we forget that we're partners. How reasonable is it for a man who only probably does one job that you do if you are a career person or you have business? He does one single job. He's the one that cares entirely for the finances in the home. He's the one who gives you money for feeding, pays the kids' school fees, pays every other thing around the house. He's building a home for you guys as a family. He's taking care of his parents. He has his siblings calling him once in a while to say, you know, can you kindly send me 30K, 50K, whatever it is. Or he has his friends or relatives also demanding from him. And then the madam of the house will decide to pick up a fight and be like, my father wanted to do something and you did not send him money. Please, it does not make any sense. to think that this is normal. This is not normal in any way. And I was talking earlier about how I've been reading, and I have even had close relationship with women who lost their husbands very young. And we got to the understanding after the death of the men in their lives to realize that they were highly indebted. They had spoken to some other friends or even people that we didn't consider as friends about their financial situation because they were not comfortable enough to open up to the women in their life that this is what they were going through, or that they had to go and borrow money at some point or the other, and they're financing a loan, and the woman still kept on putting pressure on the man. Please, I want this video to be very short. I don't know how to communicate this that it won't sound harsh, or I don't know, like I'm trying to force down my thoughts on you, force it down your throat. But it makes no sense. Wives, take up responsibilities. Don't, how do you claim that you are partners in a home? How do you claim that you can say that I own part of this when you are not taking up responsibilities? Are we the ones killing our men? I know I've asked these questions to to most people around me. I feel we contribute greatly to how men are dying at a very young age in this generation. A man has one job, he will buy himself a car, he will buy the wife a car. He would show up for his parents. The wife too will demand that he shows up for her parents, her siblings, her relatives. Just one man who is probably doing just one job or owns just one business. Please, let's just be honest with ourselves. Even if you want to go look at it from for Christians, look at it from the scriptural point of view. Oh, the man is supposed to take up the responsibility in the home. I thought the Bible said we were helpmates. So at what point is it just when it comes to making decisions you want to be an helper? I don't understand. I don't know much about the Quran, but I know that this is just common sense. It is just common sense when you claim to be part of a thing to contribute to it. It is common sense when you claim ownership of something to invest in it. It is common sense. There is nothing. I mean, all these things, when it comes to, oh, this is the way my husband is treating me, maybe you should look inwards. There's a way a man is going to treat a woman that shows up when need be. I am not saying take on the big responsibilities in your home. I'm not saying take on, doing this. But if you can afford it, he is not a slave. He did not come to slave for you and your family. He did not come to slave for your entire household. The man did not marry you to be to be your sugar daddy, to be your donor, financial donor in your family. If you had not married that man, won't your father, your brother, your sibling, won't they get to what they want to do for themselves? Let's tell ourselves the truth. If you had not married your husband, if you had remained single, won't your younger ones, won't your parents, place some respect on yourself. It's the way you carry yourself that somebody else will carry you. It's the way you carry yourself that your husband will carry you. It's the way you treat yourself with some dignity and place some respect on yourself. But when the man is the one sorting out all your mess, sorting out the mess of your family, your father, your mother, your elder sister, your younger sister, please, why won't he slap you? Let's just be honest. Why won't he, tell you that that is what you must do and you have to do it, even when you know that this thing is wrong? I'm not saying when your husband tells you to do something, you shouldn't. But I'm saying when a man begins to treat you irrationally, maybe you need to, you know, turn on a flashlight into how you've been handling some things around it. I mean, like I said, for Muslims, I try as much as possible because I've not read the Quran. I know there's some scriptural, there's some religion or doctrinal whatever around a man, taking on responsibilities. But please, responsibilities are is paying the school fees of the kids, is building a home for you, or he bought a home for you. You can take on other responsibilities. I mean, we talk, women, we talk, but these men don't. I mean, there's this cultural whatever that has been placed on them that, they have to say that I'm the one taking care of my wife. I'm the one doing this. I'm the one who bought her a car. I'm the one who bought her father a car. I'm the one that built a house for them. But the man is dying inside. The man is dying inside. No one is doing nothing for him. We even hardly celebrate our husbands. You'll be like, he does not like does not like birthday party. He's not really. But during yours, he will get you gifts, do everything for you. On your dad's birthday, you will remind him, tomorrow is my dad's birthday. Oh, please send him 100K. When your mother is doing birthday, next tomorrow is my mother's birthday. Please send him 500K. I mean, but when we start talking about mother-in-laws, everybody will be shaking. My mother-in-law is that. My mother-in-law is that. But we forget the burden we have placed on men, especially in Africa, in this generation. It is too much for them to carry. They have blood and water flowing in their body just like you do. You obviously cannot, take on your own responsibilities yourself, but you expect another man to cater for you, cater for your children, his children. Yes, I understand. Cater, please, let's leave the responsibility just within the family. Your husband, I'm going to end this video now. Your husband is not the responsibility. Your parents are not the responsibility of your husband. Sorry. Your siblings are not the responsibility of your husband. Your distant cousins and relatives are not the responsibility of your husband. Please, if you know you can't contribute, leave it strictly to your immediate family. Let the man cater for your immediate family. Let us stop placing undue burden, the yoke that you self you cannot carry. And you know the funny thing, I'm going to end on this. You know the funny thing is that we women, we're wives in a particular home, demanding that our husband shows up for our parents financially. But when our brother gets married, we are the first to be like, I don't understand though. Why are you buying your wife's mother this? Why are you buying your wife's father this? But in our own home, we're doing exactly the same thing. I keep saying it, especially in our Zoom meetings. We are the change. You see, we women, the problem we women face is caused by women. So when we start doing things differently and start creating this awareness and start speaking up more and calling people out by the wrong they do, then this change, because we are our own problem. Is another woman in another person's house as a wife that will be fighting a sister-in-law that is married to her brother. I mean, so you will tell your brother not to show up for his wife's parents and siblings because it's not their responsibility. But within your home, you're fighting your man. The point is, I'm not even going to talk about. The point is, please, let's help our husbands. Marriage is not, as much as I'm not a slave to this man will ask me, Do you know that we put them in financial slavery? Yeah, they domesticate our own slavery. And it's easy for us to talk about it. Oh, I'm not a slave. He will come back home. He will ask me to cook. He will do this. He will do that. At the end of the day, what we have placed them in is called financial slavery. So when a man keeps working his entire life and he doesn't even have nothing to hold back on, because by the time he's done with his immediate family, he has his own extended family. He has his parents, he has his siblings, he has his relatives. When he's done with them, he will then move on to his wife, siblings, relative, distant cousin, blah, blah, blah. Just one man. And then you expect him not to have high blood pressure. You expect him not to be thinking, waking up at night, be unable to sleep. You expect him not to slump. You expect him not to just fall down one day in the bathroom. You expect him not to just die one day. I've just come in peace. I've come in peace. But please, let us just wait. I know we have different opinions. We can talk about it in the comment section. But this is something that I want to understand I want to understand the idea, the idea behind that. If we are putting culture aside and these cultural limitations aside when it has to do with women, we should also be able to look within ourselves and judge whatever culture is still making us do against men. It's very selfish for us to say, oh, everything is, oh, the men are treating us this way, this. But we are not talking about what we ourselves are doing that are not helpful. At the end of the day, when a man dies, I don't want to say when a man dies, you are left with the responsibility of the kids. It backfires. It backfires. And then you now have to deal with the financial burden all alone. So why not just help your husband? I'm not saying like if they're I know there are some people who are doing something different, they're not earning money directly, maybe they're in a family business with their husband. That's fantastic. Do your part. I know some people are, taking on responsibilities within the home that is saving the family in its entirety some money, like you are maybe, for example, you're a stay-at-home mom, you are homeschooling. That is saving money for the family. So you're on the right track. Don't listen to this video or watch this and be like, oh, but I'm a stay-at-home mom or I'm homeschooling, there's nothing I can do to help. You are doing a lot already, because if those kids were in school, they will be paying a lot of money. So you are saving some money for the family. But please, how can you be working and be earning money? How can you be doing business and be earning money? Good money. And you will say, my money is my money, or my husband's money is our money. I mean, that's some level of wickedness. How can you go out in the morning the same way your husband goes out in the morning to search for daily bread, and you come back and he puts 90% of that money on the table for you, for your children. And then you say, my money is my money. When I spend 10 naira, I collect it from him. When I spend, any amount I spend, I collect it from him. I'm sorry, that's wickedness. I mean, was it better than it? Like, was the man giving birth to in a different way than you were? How can your money be your money in a marriage that you were both in? That's some level of, I don't understand it. So please, the comments, is open. Feel free to attack me. But please justify your reasons. We all see things differently. This is just how I see things. We see things differently. Mine is not superior. My opinion is not superior to yours. Yours isn't superior to mine. But I also need to have a bit of understanding as to how people reason. Like, people do these things, how they reason. Maybe it's going to help me understand more. I know there are exceptions to this case where some men are just lazy. They just want you to do everything. I'm not talking about all of that. I'm talking about people who are actually earning money and they're doing nothing. Just look at it from from my perspective. I've explained things and the kind of burden these men carry on their shoulder by themselves. They won't tell you about it. They hardly speak to their friends that they hang out with about it. They have learned, you're a man, you're a man. Who do you share with? So they bottle all of these up. Some are servicing loans that their wives do not know about. And at the end of the day, you expect him to come home, to be in the right frame of mind, to laugh, to play with you, when he knows that the next thing you are going to say, within 3 days, there must be a request, financial request. You can't just look away sometimes and be like, let me even, for this month, let me just let my husband rest. So that's what I came to talk about. That's my rant. That's my rant today. And I'm hoping that, we can all engage in a comment section to understand and to see people's reasoning around this, thoughts about this, opinions. I'm very open. Kindly, talk about it in the comment section. Let's know what you think. Let's know, if you have a different opinion than I do, kindly share it. If you agree with me, kindly, state it in the comment section and let's engage from there. Thank you so much for watching my video. It's Deborah once again. If you have not subscribed, kindly hit the subscribe button right now. Now, hit the subscribe button now, please. So yeah, take care and do have a wonderful rest of your day, night, whatever time you're watching this video. Bye.